Hurricane Lane affecting major modes of transportation here in Hawaii. Harbors closing and some parts of the highways are shutting down. We're joined by Ed Sniffen with the Department of Transportation for the very latest. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in, Ed.
Thanks so much for having us, and thanks so much for getting all the information out to the public.
No, thank you. Now, and speaking of information, we did get word this morning from DOT about news of the H3. Can you tell us what's going on?
Absolutely. So left lanes in H3 on both directions are going to be closed. They're being closed so that we can stage our vehicles for our emergency response. We have about 200 employees that are working through the storm to help us clear debris and make sure that they're ready for response if anything occurs. We're going to be combining with the city as well, who's going to be storing a bunch of their equipment and their manpower there as well.
Now, there's closures or possible closures of other roadways across the state. We're talking about Hana Highway, the Pali. What is closed right now, and then what could close in the days to come?
So all of the EOCs have lists of road closures that everybody should be looking into before they travel. Hopefully, everybody's taking this opportunity to prepare at home and stay off the roads as much as possible. But right now, on Oahu, we are planning to close Pali Highway tonight at 8 p.m. We're also on Kauai, we're going to be planning to close Kuhio Highway at 11 o'clock. On Big Island, we have 3 routes that have been compromised by the weather. The Hilo Bayfront, Kamehameha Ave, and Route 19 have been affected. Route 130 was affected by weather for a while, and Route 270 was affected as well. I think we shut down a portion there because of flooding issues there.
Now, you mentioned Pali and Kuhio Highway on the neighbor island. Are you talking about in both directions?
So yes, for Pali, it's going to be outbound directions only. That was the area that we had the recent rockfall. We have concerns about potential rockfalls during this heavy rain event and wind event, so we want to make sure that we keep everybody out of that area.
Okay, now, of course, DOT involves not just the roads, but harbors and airports as well. Let's talk about the harbors, commercial harbors. What's the latest with that?
So Darryl will be coming in later on to talk with you about that. We're making sure that we protect our assets. So we've been clearing the harbors of a lot of the vessels in that area to ensure that we can protect the piers and the harbor itself. But like I said, Darryl's going to be coming in to talk a little more about that one.
Okay, we'll ask him more about that because I know a lot of people, a lot of residents and visitors concerned when they hear about harbors and ports shutting down. That means nothing's coming in and out. So what does that mean for inventory? So we'll talk to him a little bit later about that.
Absolutely. He's working really hard to make sure that we can recover as soon as possible from this storm.
What about airports? A lot of people plan to fly out and also are expecting flights in. Are the airports remaining open right now?
Yes, the airports don't close. The only time the airports would close is if the airport is compromised or if the runway is compromised. Other than that, the airports will stay open. Now, that being said, each airline will decide on whether or not they will take off. So we would request that everybody check in with their airlines if they have any travels coming up to ensure that they understand what the travel schedules are from there.
So the airports will remain open?
Yes.
Okay. And the DOT, this is not their first rodeo, of course. We just had Hector come in here, too. Talk about preparations and maybe how they are have changed and through the years, and maybe with this one being so close to the islands.
This one is significant. Just because we had Hector coming through very soon, very close in front of this one, everybody's ready. This is the best I've seen in the unity from the federal, state, and local levels in preparation for a storm like this. Everybody's taking it very seriously. So I hope the public understands that everybody's looking at their best interests. Now, the DOT is just a small portion of that. But that being said, we have on the highway side 330 people statewide going out to ensure that we're inspecting all the drains, clearing all the debris, and making sure all the routes are safe. Harbors and airports are working just as hard to ensure that their facilities are clear, to ensure that any impacts during the storm will be minimized and any recovery time frame will be shortened.
Now, DOT, one of the largest departments statewide, again, airports, harbors, and roads. What is your biggest concern? The
biggest concern for us is access. We want to make sure that in the event of a landfall, if this is a direct impact, we can make sure that we keep everybody safe first. So I want to reiterate to everyone, please stay off the roads as much as possible. Go out there only if absolutely necessary. But secondarily, recovering very quickly. We want to make sure that we can get the emergency responders out to the locations where people may need it. So our first responsibility is going to be to clear out all the roadways to ensure that we can get access to the ports, hospitals, and military bases. From there, we'll start pushing out to the local roads, and we're working directly with the counties on all of those.
And you guys are going to stay off the roads, too. Actually, coming in this morning, I did see some crews working on the H1, part of that rehab and repavement project, but they're not going to be working anymore, right?
No, so all the crews have been mandated to clear up and button up everything out there. They were out there. If they're out there today, they're making sure that everything's tied down and secured, so the roadways will be maintained and secure.
Okay, and then your final message. I know you're telling people stay off the roads, don't be driving if you don't need to. Reiterate again what your message is.
Absolutely. I would hope that everybody can stay home, prepare there, make sure they take care of their families there, stay off the roads if get out there only if that's absolutely necessary. But in general, stay home, stay safe, and we'll keep everybody safe from there.
All right, thank you so much, Ed Sniffen with the Department of Transportation for stopping by live here in Wake Up today.
Thank you.